All right, so what we're about to unpack here is a recently unearthed and highly classified case file. Seriously, this whole story is pieced together from things like burner texts, satellite phone logs, and a bunch of notes scrawled in red ink. And just to be clear, this isn't some made-up story, this is a report, straight from the field.
And that's coming straight from the source. That's Claudia Reid, the author of the file, and our guide through this whole thing. She sets the tone right from the get-go. Direct, no nonsense, and she is absolutely not here to hold your hand.
And that line, it tells you everything you need to know about the pace. The story moves fast, it's totally unapologetic, and it demands your full attention. The message is simple. Keep up, or you're going to get left behind.
So, how does it all kick off? Well, it starts with a single message hitting a burner phone in a Waikiki safe house. It's a job offer, case number 0002, and it yanks our key field operator out of a rare moment of peace and throws him right back into the fire.
So, who in the world takes a job like this? It's not just a team, you see. It's a family. A very specific, very lethal kind of family. Let's run down the roster.
Sitting at the top, you've got Claudia Boss Lady Reid. She's the handler, the fixer. She is the undisputed queen of this entire operation. She runs the whole show out of a funeral home in Queens. And according to this file, she can get you anything from a perfect New York cheesecake to a rocket launcher. And the loyalty she commands, it is absolute.
And this is Rex. He's the guy who got that call back in Waikiki. Ex-Force Recon Marine, and the file describes him as 260 pounds of pure lethal competence. He's the field commander, he's Claudia's right hand, and he's pretty much the one person whose safety she puts above everything else. And here's the rest of the core crew. You've got Priyanka, the honey trap, who can, and I quote, talk a bird out of his feathers. You've got Hetty Ish and Iris Kyle, a married couple who specialize in making things go boom. Then there's Canute Cans Miller, a gentle giant who can apparently peel a safe open like it's an orange. And finally, Bobby Shifty Shifton, the wheelman who drives like the devil himself owes him money. Every single one of them is a master of their craft.
And then there's Chad, also known as the Six. He's the crew's cleaner, the guy they call when they need a problem or a person to just disappear, permanently. That quote pretty much says it all. Right now, he's on paternity leave, but he's still their most terrifying asset, just waiting in the wings.
Okay, so you've met the family. Now, let's talk about the target. I mean, who warrants putting together a crew this deadly? Meet Sheikh Ali Al Mansour. He's a Qatari oil prince, living it up in a $42 million triplex that overlooks Central Park. According to the case file, this guy's wealth is matched only by his depravity, and he likes his parties, let's just say, exotic.
So why is he on their radar? Well, the list is long. We're talking murdering protesters to make way for an oil pipeline, bribing a U.S. senator, and hosting these parties that end with witnesses being carried out in garment bags. Oh, and on top of all that, he runs a global opium empire as a little side business. It's safe to say this man has made some pretty powerful enemies. But here's the thing. The client isn't some government or a rival corporation. No. It's a Lakota grandmother whose granddaughter was one of the Sheikh's victims. And she doesn't just want him dead, she wants justice. She wants him alive to watch his entire empire crumble around him. And that right there makes this whole thing deeply personal.
Of course, vengeance on this scale, it's not cheap. We're looking at a $3 million fee up front, with another $7 million when the job is done. A $10 million contract for a very specific brand of justice.
So, how exactly do they plan on delivering this justice? Well, as one of the crew members puts it, it's basically justice with better explosives. So here's the plan.
The operation is just audacious. Okay, step 1, Priyanka gets inside one of the Sheikh's parties. Step 2, she gets him on video, confessing to everything. Step 3, some mysterious bomber detonates a device, turning that whole triplex into an inferno. And then, in all that chaos, step 4, the team snatches the Sheikh and gets him out through a service tunnel they've already dug.
Right, about that ghost bomber, a guy named Qatari Hindoyoza. He's listed as the most wanted bomber on the entire planet. But the truth? He's a complete myth, a total fiction that Claudia herself invented years ago just for cover stories like this. She literally created her own boogeyman. And this is the result. The public story is a terror attack by Iranian extremists. The CIA gets a blank check to go investigate, and the news cycle moves on. The truth, that this was a heist and a kidnapping by a crew from Queens, gets buried under all that rubble. They walk away completely clean. It's brilliant.
But it's not all about the main job. This crew, they always seem to find time for a little side hustle, not to mention some personal business. It's what makes their whole dynamic so fascinating.
Take this number, 31. What's it mean? Well, it represents 31 bars of gold that were stolen from a Wells Fargo stagecoach way back in 1888. Turns out the crew has located it and they figure, hey, while we're in town for the main job, why not?
And that little side job? It comes with a pretty sweet bonus. $2 million if they can lift that 130-year-old gold out of a church crypt before the Sunday collection plate gets passed around.
But even in the middle of a multi-million-dollar vengeance job, well, life happens. I'm not kidding. The file is filled with texts from Claudia complaining that Rex borrowed her Cybertruck and left it with a very distinct fish smell. It's these bizarre, almost domestic details that really show you the unique chemistry of this lethal family.
And this quote right here just captures their relationship perfectly. I mean, one minute he's her top field commander in a life-or-death situation, and the next he's just the guy she's arguing with about luxury vehicles. It's this dark, funny mix of insane stakes and just everyday life.
So at the end of the day, this isn't just a heist story. It's a story about a very, very particular brand of justice. It's about a world where accountability isn't always left to the courts. And it leaves you with a question, right? What happens when karma stops being some abstract concept and becomes a crew from Queens pulling up in a matte black Cybertruck to settle a score? Well, this case file offers one possible and very explosive answer.